Today, you will learn about a new collection type in Python that is optimized to get the last and the first element in a collection. I waited this long to show you this collection because you need to know importing if you want to use it. Hello coders, welcome to my channel. I'm David, your guide to mastering programming. The collection I was talking about is called deque. To get deque, you must import it from a collections module. Deque is a mutable collection. To create a deque, you need to write a name, for example, deque, and then write the deque keyword and here pass some iterable. For example, I will pass a list with names David and then Daniel. Now, if I print the type of deque, I expect to see deque. As you can see, it says collections.deque. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. Thanks for your support. Deque is mainly used as a stack or as a queue. Stack is a collection of elements where the last element is accessed first. In other words, stack has a LIFO order, which means last in, first out. To put elements at the first position in a deque, you can use append left function. For example, deque.append left, and here, for example, pass James. Now when I print deque, I expect to see James, David, and Daniel. As you can see, James, David, and Daniel. To remove the element at the first position, you can use pop left function. For example, deque.pop left. And now when I print deque, I expect to see just David and Daniel. As you can see, David and Daniel. Using these two functions, append left and pop left, from a deque, you created an artificial stack. Queue is a collection of elements where the first element is accessed first. So queue has FIFO order of elements, which means first in, first out. To put elements at the end of a deque, you can use append. For example, deque.append, and now another James. So if I print now my deque, I expect to see James as the last element. As you can see, it says David, Daniel, and James. Again, if you want to remove the first element, you need to use function pop left. Now when I print this, I expect to see Daniel and James. As you can see, the queue mimics the queue in a post or in a grocery store. Also, important thing to mention is that this is not the only way to create queue and stack using deque. There's another one, and that's because you can remove the last element of this deque by using the pop function. For example, if I write here deque.pop, now when I print deque, I expect to see David and Daniel. As you can see, David and Daniel. So, if you see the other combination of functions that can create stack and deque, I mean queue, from deque by using the functions that I mentioned, drop a comment down below. The combination that I show you is the most neutral one, but there is another one. Also, deque supports some other features, like indexing operations like addition, multiplication, and looping through the deque the same way as with lists. So, if you want to learn how those features work, check the link to the video on lists in the description below. Also, it's important to mention that deque doesn't support slicing, so keep that in mind. As I will show you now, if I write print and deque, and here write the colon, which means I want to index to go through all the elements of this deque. As you can see, Python shows type error. Sequence index must be integer, not slice. I hope you found this video helpful. Like and subscribe for more coding content. See you in my next video. Until then, keep coding.